I'm wishing on a star to follow where you are. I'm wishing on a dream to follow what it means. Hey, everybody, Musha the Scribe, sending out all light, love, and halo energy to the celestial beings of the cosmos. I'm going to start this video off by saying every man and woman is a star. This is understood as well as being overstood. Your body is comprised of every element on the periodic table, as well as elements that can only be found in what they call space, the cosmos, right? So with that being said, as being part of the cosmos, when it comes to order, naturally, we are to abide by cosmic law. That goes for any being that exists within the cosmos. This topic we're about to talk about real quick is the truth and the lie. Because things happen naturally. It's part of the nature of the cosmos to be chaos. Dark matter, carbon, melanin, existence exists off of chaos. Naturally, we are all chaos beings. Chaos is in our nature. Chaos is a part of creation. But there has to be guidelines, laws, and orders with this chaos. This is one of the most important messages that I can pass on to everybody in this time period or timeline or aeon, is that there must be truth within the lie. Yes, we would all rather there just be straight truth. No deception, no lie, but that's not realistic because we are all chaos beings. An example of this that shouldn't be too complicated, I'm trying to put it in layman's terms for you to understand where I'm going with this, is say there are two different races, okay, going to war. One race overpowers the other and now dictates the loser race's life, diet, education, belief system, daily movements. They're in control. So of course, all of their teachings to the masses are going to be biased because they're off of their perspective. They are the victors of the war. Part of the spoils of the war is information. Now the other race who lost that war, you're going to learn their education system. You're going to indulge in their diet. You're going to indulge in their spirituality and their systems of religion. But there must always, based on cosmic law, be truth within the lie. Example of this perfectly is the Bible. You can have a group of people saying, our God is better than your God. Our God is almighty and omnipotent in things. But at the same time, they'll come out and tell you our belief system and our people are only 2,500 years old. At the same time, telling you that your people, or we can carbon date a body from y'all as 500,000 plus years, that we just found. Truth within the lie. This book that is used by the conquerors, the one who won the war, the Bible, bull book, two books, the Book of Life from Egypt or Kemet and the Book of Death from Egypt or Kemet, with other chapters added into it, is a perfect example of the truth and the lie. It's now being used for control over other races by the race that won the war. But that's not to say that we can just be like, oh, your book is bullshit, and because that's not true. The truth is in the lie. Credibility and ego are something that a lot of melanated people, carbon 6 people, they don't want to take responsibility for. You can't blame one race for everything, knowing damn well with the history of what we know and the information, they wouldn't have been uh, capable of this without help from our own people providing intelligence, information, and things of that nature. Truth within the lie. Niggas are quick to tell you the truth part and be like, oh, we got white people came and did all this to us and enslaved us and intermingled with us, and that's what's going on. But to leave out the secondary part of a few factions of us help them be able to control us, our livelihoods and things, because you can't control a whole race of people or different races of people without having knowledge of how those people operate. You can't get that knowledge of how those people operate without those people. You understand what I'm saying? Truth within the lie. So when it comes to movies, which are pictures, videos, movies, cinematic films, it's in the word. It's a production called a movie because it will move you and me. That's movies. It will move you and I on a spiritual level. Truth within the lie. A lot of the times the science fiction movies, it's we live in like a bastardized culture where the truth and the lie, they can play with it because it doesn't disrupt cosmic law. But most of the time when it comes to your history and things, history of like the planet, the earth, different beings and things, they label it as science fiction. Something they want you to look at as non-existent or real, but you got to remember every concept, every idea comes from a dimension higher than ours. Truth within a lie. They're created to move you and me. They're called movies. But when it comes to that science fiction shit, a lot of the time you're looking at ancient history or history that you wouldn't even think is super, you would think it was super futuristic. The whole time it's ancient or not as ancient as you think in certain circumstances. Truth in the lie. Another example, I could tell you, yes, we've explored Mars and we found pyramids, we found pottery, different things like that, like the scientists release. Truth and the lie, they're going to give you that much, but they're not going to straight up tell you, yeah, there's been civilization there already and there's still civilization there until a disclosure happens and then you find out years later like we did 2 years ago. Same with UFOs and USOs. So this is like a major lesson. I want you to run this back and really think about how it influenced everything on your daily life on this third dimensional realm. Anytime that the ruling class or people of power are giving you a lie, the truth is in there. You just have to have the intuition, the insight, and the intelligence to break that shit down and get the full message out of it. No ruling class in the cosmos is able to tell a straight up lie without putting the truth in it. And it can either be put in, y'all can do a doctrine saying how great this man was and everything, and he did all this shit by himself, but at the same time, all the paintings and the background, there's a Moor with a red scarf on. And now it's up to you to deep dive into your information and things. Hopefully this is all making sense. It's something that was on my mind as well, and I'm just spitting it off the dome. So if you got to run this back, do so. No lie can be told without the truth being instilled in it. It's cosmic law. Even basic people, when they tell lies, the only way to tell a good lie is to have it based off of truth within the lie. And you'll start noticing these things once you are conscious of it, and it's in your subconscious, it's in your brain. You'll add it to your consciousness as a whole, and you'll never forget this. This is a super important message. Mad love, mad love, mad love.